Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Insert Title Here podcast. It's been 8 months. Anyways, I have a new phone. I have a new phone now, and that's what I'm filming on. Do you want to see my old phone that has a super cracked back to it? I have an AI cat sticker from work in the case. Hey guys, sorry for not posting. Like, I say hey guys, the only people who watch my channel as of right now is like my best friends. We'll see now who will see this. we'll see who watches this. But hey guys. Do you hear that? ASMR. I have these really cute press-on nails on right now, and my giant bird ring. This is the other hand. Oh yeah. Anyways, do you like the crackling fireplace that I have in the background? How do you point at things? Crackling fireplace in the background. Isn't this so vibes? I moved my entire room around since the last time that I filmed an episode. So now, instead of seeing the corner that I'm looking at, you're seeing everything behind me, which is pretty cool. So now I get to look at my dead dog behind me. Like, that was so crazy to start off a podcast. Like, welcome to my bookshelf. Here's my dead dog. Like, what are we doing? Anyways, there's gonna be a glare on my glasses. I'm using a book light. You're just gonna have to be okay with it. Anyways, hey, how's everybody doing? Do you like my My Chemical Romance t-shirt that my best friend got me? Speaking of, okay, so things that have happened in the last 8 months. See, I want to see when 8 months ago was. That was why I opened YouTube on my old phone. Wow, I love how it doesn't tell you. Yes, it does. I'm just stupid. February 7th of 2025. Wow. Wow, that's crazy. What have I done since February 7th of this year? By the way, today is November 2nd. So quite a bit has changed in my life. I'm in school and I'm working. I work at a different place now, which is pretty swag. I love it. I love it. I love my job so much. I work as a vet tech. I don't know if I said that before. See, maybe I should have watched my own episode before I started yapping, because I don't really know what I talked about last time, 8 months ago. But yeah, I work as a vet tech. Let me see maybe if this helps. Does this help the glare? Oh my gosh, it doesn't. But it makes the lighting look better. Kinda. Don't. If it looks bad, don't tell me. Anyways, lots has gone on in my life. I have a different job. I'm still in school, but I graduate in the spring, which is so crazy. Oh my god. I graduate in the spring. That's gonna be super awesome. Super cool. I want to start making more videos. I like to be silly, and I think I need to get sillier. Oh my gosh, MCR teacher made me think of, I got to see MCR for a second time on their Long Live the Black Parade tour with my best friend. Oh my god, like, I can't even describe to you how, like, I love My Chemical Romance so much, but like, that was like, I can't even describe. That was an amazing concert. That was so good. Life-changing concert. I went to the Boston one. So any MCR fans out there are probably screaming and yelling and throwing things at me, because yes, I went to the show on the night of the Boston show where there was a full moon and we got to see both vampire songs. They played both vampires. Oh my god. It was so much fun. I dressed as Gerald Way, Michael Romance himself. If I know how to edit, I'm going to try to put a picture here. If not, then I'll just edit a picture and it'll be the whole screen. I don't know. But yeah, me and my bestie went and it was really cool and super fun. Oh my god, it was awesome. What else have I done this year so far? I don't know. Recently I've just been doing like a lot of working and going to school. That's it. Have not been doing much else other than hanging out with people. But I don't know. I'm looking at my bookshelf and trying to think of like what are some of my faves recently, or like what have I been up to this year? I'm trying to think. I don't know. Went to school till May. The summer was fun. I got a new job and worked all summer. Went and visited some of my besties who live out of state, with my other best friend who he also lives out of state but in a different state, and I took the train to see him, stayed over the night, and then we drove to go see two of our other friends and we hung out, and that was really fun. Went to Cedar Point for the first time. That was cool. Hey, okay, I don't want to say too much about my location, but just so you know, there is an amusement park in my area that I thought had really big rides, and then I went to Cedar Point. Hello? I've never ridden. I just realized I haven't been looking at the camera the whole time. I've been looking at myself. I need to look here. I need to be looking at you. Anyways, went to Cedar Point and was like, that was the craziest experience of my life with roller coasters, because what do you mean they have like several giant roller coasters? Oh my god. It was so much fun though. That was a ton of fun. What else have I been up to? Halloween just passed a few days ago. I for Halloween was Sister Daniel. Daniel Howell. Alter ego. Alter ego. Yeah, I went as Sister Daniel. That was really fun. Me and my best friend and her boyfriend dressed up as two Sister Daniels and a Father Philip, and we had cat whiskers and everything. Drove all the way to a haunted house location, got there, and it was closed because it was too windy. So then we just sat in the car and we're like, well, what do we do now? And then she brought me home. And that was how Halloween went. We went to Chipotle though and got $6 entrees because we were dressed up. So that was fun. And we sat and ate burritos dressed as two Sister Daniels and a Father Philip in the Chipotle, in our local Chipotle. So that was pretty fun. But it was so freaking windy. I don't understand like what was going on. And like we were warned that it might be windy. Wasn't expecting it to be that windy. It was like blowing branches off the trees. So we didn't go to the hayride because they waited till the last minute to post that they were closing due to the like windy weather, by the way. So that was kind of rude because we drove all the way there because we had no idea. And then I went on Facebook and they were like, we're closing. But they were like fully closed by the time we got there, and they had just posted the post on Facebook 30 minutes ago. So we were like, they waited till they were fully closed to post on Facebook about it. Because there's no way. Like, I don't know. Anyways. I'm a little bitter at the haunted hayride location for that. But it was fun. What else? I haven't been able to have a lot of time to like do any of my hobbies or interests recently. So I'm trying to get back into it. Hence recording a video, because I love recording and editing, and I love yapping. I love to yap. I recently, with someone, watched the first two Insidious movies, who was gonna tell me that like that is the funniest, like it's the funniest series ever? What do you mean? The Insidious that came out in 2010. I thought so. I was having some confusion about what Insidious was. Fully thought that like I thought Insidious was the one with like the creepy doll, like Annabelle. I thought that was the continuation of Annabelle, because now I've learned that Annabelle, The Conjuring, and something else are all in the same universe. I thought that's what Insidious was. I was mistaken. Insidious is the one that's like, it's not your house that's haunted, it's your son. Dun dun dun. Like that's what Insidious is. Also, I realized I probably should get closer to the camera. Hi. So I'm not like in the darkness. I'm in the dark. I need a better pillow. Right now, oh my god. Right now I'm leaning up against Spooderman. I got this for Christmas from a Secret Santa exchange. I just threw it on accident. Anyways, yeah. So Insidious. Really funny to me. I don't take horror seriously. I love horror movies, but I have to get a little silly with it or else I'll get too freaked out. So, therefore, got a little silly with it while watching it, and oh my god, we were laughing. Like it was the first Insidious movie, I was like, this is peak. This is great. Then we immediately watched the second Insidious movie, which, by the way, I love that I'm like noticing a trend with the Insidious movies so far that they end off on cliffhangers. So then you're like, well, now I gotta watch the second one. Then we finish the second one. We're like, well, now I have to watch the third one. So we have plans to hang out on Tuesday, and I'm hoping we'll watch Insidious 3 because I want to know what happens. Like, I want to know what's going on there. I love so much. Oh my god, I was making so many jokes. The first Insidious movie, if spoiler warning, I know it's been literally like 15 years, but so nobody yells at me. Spoiler warning for the Insidious movies. The first movie, their house isn't haunted, it's their son, and then they're trying to go find their son's spirit in like the spirit realm, and they send the husband into the spirit realm because he's got some background with that to go find their son's astral body and bring it back to his physical form. Hey, so not what I thought Insidious was about. Anyways, then it ends off on a cliffhanger where you realize, like, dun dun dun, the husband's spirit wasn't what entered his body. So then the second movie is all about the husband being evil, which, like, okay, slay, because men are evil. The entire plot of that movie, men are evil. Okay, eat. Here, I want you to be able to see the color of my mic. So that was the second Insidious movie, and I was giggling because I was like, okay, the first one, the son's body was possessed by a demon, and that was haunting them. By the way, are we going to talk about how the first Insidious movie, the demon thing that's like possessing the son's body that keeps like appearing, that's just a Darth Maul mask. Like, I was giggling because I was like, that is not scary to me because that looks like Darth Maul. Like, when it appeared behind someone, I think it was the wife, it appeared behind her for the first time. Or was that the second Insidious movie? I can't remember which one, but one of them, there was a creepy being that would like crawl on the wall and stuff. I think that was, I don't know, the face of it. Hey, that's Darth Maul. Hey, that's Darth Maul without any spikes and like painted poorly on someone's face. I was giggling and laughing. Anyways, the second movie, then the husband was possessed. So I was like, okay, third movie is going to be a Freaky Friday situation in which where the boy, the son and the husband, you think they're back in their bodies at the end of the second movie, but then in the third movie, you're like, dun dun dun, the son is in the husband's body and the husband's in the son's body. And then it just continues like that for like the rest of the series. Anyways, we were being so silly about it and it was so much fun. Now I want to watch all of the like, my opinion are the classics, like classic horror movies. So far, I've seen now the first two Insidious movies. I've watched Child's Play one time and then Bride of Chucky. Hey, I know I missed like a ton of movies in between. Sue me. I've watched the first 3 Scream movies now. Those were crazy too. Like the second one, I was like, damn. And the third one, I was like, damn. I think I've seen the third one before because I remember it when I was watching it this most recent time. But now I can't remember which is which now. I'm not very good at this, am I? Anyways, watch the first 3 Scream movies, watch the first 2 Insidious movies. I love the original Poltergeist movie. 10 out of 10, that's one of my favorites. I've seen Pet Sematary, but it's been so long that I basically haven't seen Pet Sematary, so I need to rewatch that one. What else is there? I've seen the first Halloween. I've seen the first Nightmare on Elm Street, and I've seen the first Friday the 13th movie. All of those are fire. I need to continue watching the rest of the series. I haven't watched Alien before. I've seen bits and pieces because my dad really likes that movie. As far as I know, I've seen him watch it a few times. Me assuming my dad's favorite movies. Sorry, Dad. I'm just assuming he likes it because I've walked into the living room to him watching it several times in my life. So I've seen bits and pieces of it, but I need to actually watch it. Oh my God, Killer Clowns from Outer Space. That movie is so silly. I love it so much. It became one of my favorites like immediately because I was like, this is so goofy. Rocky Horror Picture Show. I want to dress as Dr. Frankenfurter for Halloween one year when I get the confidence to put that on, and also when global warming gets worse and it's like 70 degrees on the East Coast for Halloween, because this year, once again, as per usual, it was like 45 degrees and like 45 50 mile per hour winds, so it was like wind chill made it feel like 30 degrees. Hey, I can't wear a Dr. Frankenfurter costume. That's just not happening. It is too freaking cold. By the way, my Sister Daniel costume, I literally had to put layers on underneath, and I was so mad that I couldn't be like perfectly authentic. Anyways, Rocky Horror Picture Show is so good. It's like surprisingly woke for the 70s. I was like, okay, tea, okay, eat. This is very like progressive for the 70s. What else? Hocus Pocus. That's not a horror movie, but that's just like a Halloween movie that I watch every year. I watched it once or twice this year, and I love that there's not a second one. Right? I love that there is no sequel to Hocus Pocus. I love that there's just one Hocus Pocus movie and there's no sequel. Right? Hocus Pocus 2 isn't that bad, but I just was like, it's like so much better in the 90s, early 2000s. Like them needing new brooms and using like a vacuum cleaner and like a mop, like a physical mop and vacuum cleaner. 10 out of 10. Why are you bringing a Roomba into this? Why are you... I sound like a boomer. My one boomer take is making sequels to movies that don't need sequels. They were perfect in the time that they were made. Why'd you do that? Anyways. Why is my watch is on 24-hour mode? I don't know what 19 o'clock is. 7:23 p.m. What else? What horror movies have I seen besides the ones I listed? The Sixth Sense. That one eats. Haven't seen that one in a while. Due for a rewatch. I wish I had my Letterboxd account on this phone. You know what we're gonna do real quick? I'm gonna download Letterboxd on here. And Goodreads. So I can properly yap about the things that I enjoy. I love movies. I love movies so much. And I used to love to read as a kid. I was a big, like, bookworm as a child. And I want to get back to that. I'm currently reading Cujo by Stephen King. Found out that he was, like, so incredibly... when he wrote that book that he like doesn't remember writing any of it. And I feel like that makes sense. I don't know how many pages I am into it right now, but I'm like, yeah. I also didn't realize, so I'm a vet tech. I'm not certified yet. I'm on the way to being certified, but I work as a veterinary technician. Didn't realize as I started reading Cujo, because all of the things that I've heard about Cujo, I think I was mistaking Cujo for like the dog thing, the monster, the creature in The Sandlot. I thought that was Cujo. I also get that confused with Old Yeller. I'm getting all of those three characters confused. Started reading Cujo and was like, oh, this is literally just a horror novel about what if a dog got rabies and didn't die. Because if you didn't know, science nerd time to be a nerd. There's only been one case ever in the entirety of rabies where a person lived. Every other mammal that's ever contracted rabies has become deceased because it is like one of those things that like me giving a rabies PSA right now, like but hey, be careful, don't touch wild animals, don't pick up bats, because if you contract rabies, dude, my notes about rabies for my animal diseases class was so spooky because I had a bunch of animal diseases, like how you contract them, how they're spread, what they are, symptoms, treatment. Rabies was the only section that was like very small, and it literally was just like, if you contract rabies, you will become deceased and there is no cure. Do not get bit. Hey, why is it a horror movie? Hey, why is this a zombie movie? Anyways, yeah, rabies is really dangerous. Just a PSA. Anyways, didn't realize that Cujo, the entire plot is just like, what if a Saint Bernard got bit by rabies and then became evil? Like, what if, bro? Letterboxd has downloaded. No, don't send me notifications. Leave me alone. I don't care. Let me sign in. Let me in, please. We are in my Letterboxd account. So, let's see here. Films. Beetlejuice. I'm so goofy. How could I forget Beetlejuice? I love Beetlejuice. That's my dad's favorite Halloween movie. Or, like, movie to watch around Halloween. Love Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice, the second movie. Once again, the sequel. I liked it. Why was there so much horror pregnancy? Hey, what's going on? Why was there so much, like, monster pregnancy? I don't know how I feel about that, but the second movie was pretty good. I think it was pretty cool. I watched it with my family. Let's see. What other horror? Here, I wonder if I could filter. Sort by, or wait, hold on. Genre. Oh, I love Letterboxd. Horror films. The Menu. Okay, let's go back to my original topic, which is like OG horror movies, in my opinion, that I've seen. The Blair Witch Project. That eats. I love the Blair Witch Project. I love any type of like found footage film. Like, mwah, perfection. I love Blair Witch Project. I also love the lore around Blair Witch Project, where like, I want to say the actors didn't know they didn't know the plot. They didn't know when they were being filmed. Like, it just like is very like authentic feeling. And it's so cool. I love found footage. I think that's the only found footage, like, the only actual found footage film I've watched, because, like, I love analog horror on YouTube, so, like, I'm a big fan of Marble Hornets, and that's found footage, but that's, like, a found footage YouTube series, so it's not, like, a film, but, like, to me, in my heart and soul, Marble Hornets is a film. It deserves that. Like, I haven't finished it all the way through, but it's spooky. Anyways, those are like my only two found footage. Nightmare on Elm Street. Gremlins is in the horror category. Gremlins is a Christmas movie, hot take. I won't elaborate. Scream, The Sixth Sense, Sleepy Hollow. Oh my god, the Sleepy Hollow 1999 with Johnny Depp. I know we're not supposed to like Johnny Depp, and I don't agree or approve of the things that he does. But when I tell you every single movie I've ever seen him in has made such a grand impact on me as a person, I love Johnny Depp in film. Anyways, the Sleepy Hollow with him in it, love that movie. Why is it never on any streaming services? Like, every time I go to watch it around Halloween time, every single streaming service is like, we actually deleted it, and you can't watch it. Which is rude. Anyways, really good. The Ring made me giggle. Like, I watched it my freshman year of high school. For some reason, in my English class, before summer break, I think, we watched The Ring in class. We were not doing anything that had to do with I don't know why that happened. Anybody who was in my honors English class freshman year of high school remembers that. Do you remember why? If you're seeing this, do you remember why we watched The Ring? Because I don't. And we didn't get to finish it because it was summer break after that class. So I watched the rest of it with my friends. I think it was before summer break or it was before winter break. I don't really remember what's going on. Hey, what's going on? What's happening? Hey. Anyways, I just remember being silly about The Ring in the summertime, but I don't remember. I don't know. I have no memories. Anyways, so that movie made me giggle though when we watched it because it was so scary at the time. I was like, 15 years old watching The Ring. Terrifying for a 15-year-old who like doesn't watch horror. Got to the end and realized it was an entire horror movie concept based around like chainmail, like email chains, or like send this to 10 of your friends if you love Jesus. If not, you're Satan. And then we were all laughing because we were like, are you serious right now? Are you so serious right now? Like, it's like, well, at the time we had Kick Messenger. I don't know, this ages me. We would use Kick Messenger because not all my friends had iPhones, including myself. I was a Samsung baddie for like a long time. And we'd use Kick, and there was like a issue with like Kick would spam you with bots sometimes, at least from my memory, and I would get like weird send this to 10 of your friends texts from like the AI bot on Kick Messenger. Anyway, so we were all just laughing because we were like, this entire movie is based off of the concept of Kick sending you a message like, if you don't send this to 5 of your friends, we're deleting your Instagram account. I liked The Ring though, from what I can remember. It spooked me good. Split is a really good horror movie, by the way. Not a classic though. I keep forgetting that I'm talking about classics. In my opinion, what are classics? The Shining. The Shining is really good. It's like, I have the book. I need to read it though. Hold on. Give me that. Oh my god. Bruh. Give me. The Shining. I have The Shining. I need to read it. But based off of the movie, I don't know if I want to read the book. Because no offense to Stephen King, because obviously he's like the king of horror, dude. Like, obviously he's written so much and done so much for... Oh my god. Can I get this pillow back to the way it was, please? Hello? Anyways, back to what I was talking about. When I tell you, it was so painful to get through the Shining movie. Hey, maybe I just have no patience. It is such a slow burn. It's like the beginning of the movie is so slow, and then all of a sudden everything happens all at once. And I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. You just have to get to that point. Because before that, it's like, wow, this is taking so long. But I enjoyed The Shining. I want to read it at some point, maybe. It. Where are all my baddies that were part of the 2017 It fandom? I'm one of them. That That movie is so good. Now, I will say I'm a fake fan because I've never seen the original with Tim Curry. Tim Curry? Rocky Horror from Dr. Frankenfurter. Where's the OG? I'm going to be embarrassed if I said... Yeah, Tim Curry. I was going to be embarrassed if I said the wrong name. Haven't watched the original. Need to, because it's the original. But I've seen the 2017 It movie and the sequel to that one. Why are they afraid of gay people? Hello? Why do we hate gay people? The second It movie pissed me off. Why do you hate gay people? What's up with that? Anyways, R.I.P. Eddie. That was like so painful to me in not 2017 because it was like after that. When did the second one come out? I feel like the answer is 2019 or 2018. 2019. I know my stuff. In 2019, I was 17 years old? 17-year-old me was like heartbroken. Bless you. I was a giant, what was the ship name? Ready? Oh, my babies. That made me so sad. I say my babies to like grown men in that movie. I know your secret. Your dirty little secret. That's my secret talent, by the way. That's more like the Joker. The Woker. And this. That's my other talent. Anyways. Let's talk about other horror movies that I don't consider to be classics, but I'm a big fan of. Starting with The Ritual. The Ritual from 2017. That movie lives in my brain. It became a comfort movie for me during COVID. Don't know what was going on there because it's literally a horror movie. I loved that movie. I should watch it again. That movie was really good. Highly recommend. Let's see what else. Let's see. The Menu. The Menu was really good. There's somebody I used to know who I greatly dislike, who was like way too obsessed with that movie, and it kind of ruined it for me a little bit. If I watched it again now, I feel like I'd rate it a lot higher than I did because it was good. I just didn't like that person. They wouldn't shut up about it. I Saw the TV Glow. That movie isn't even horror to me in the way that it's like, I don't know. I loved that movie a lot. I can't describe it. I can't speak on it. Like, I know it's like a trans allegory. I can't speak on that, but I can see where people see that in it. Loved it. Good movie. Also, Phoebe Bridgers was there for a second, and I was like, Phoebe Bridgers? Phoebe Bridgers? What are you doing here? And then we've got Spree. I'm dropping things. Spree is so good. I've watched that so many times. I love the concept of that entire movie is a horror movie. And like, okay, how do I explain? Spree, when is this from? Spree is from 2020 with Joe Keery. I love that movie so much because the concept of like the fall into like insanity of a character, but all of it's being documented on different forms of like recordings. So the entire movie is through the lens of a camera, in the sense that it's either recordings he records of himself, YouTube videos, like Instagram live videos, CCTV footage, someone else's like car recording camera, like all of it is recorded through the perspective of like different media. None of it is like a camera filming a movie. That is such a great concept. It like that movie is so ridiculous, but like it's so good. I still quote, "Where are you taking me? This is not the way to my house." "Oh, no, not your house. My house. My house." "We're going to my house." Like that. Oh my god, the movie is so good. What's next? Bird Box. I watched that in 2020. It's been quite a long time, but I remember liking it. The concept was cool. Jennifer's Body is one of my favorite movies of all time. Also, the scene with Needy and Jennifer. Just know. Anyways. The New Perspective by Panic at the Disco, that music video has that scene in it, and I learned a lot about me as a person in that moment. American Psycho, once again, a movie that I enjoyed, but the same person that I've mentioned before. If I had a nickel for every time this person ruined a piece of media, I'd have I'd have more than 2 nickels, but for the sake of this, I'd have 2 nickels, which is not a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice. Ruined that movie because this person started acting like Patrick Bateman, and I was like, all right, that you're doing too much. You're doing too much. What you're doing is too much. Too much, that's what you're doing right now. Anyways, that movie was good. If I rewatched it now, I'd probably like it a lot more. Now that there's not a little rat in my ear pretending to be Patrick Bateman. Coraline comes up as horror. And you know what? Yes, that's horror. That is, I don't care. That is a children's movie, but like that is not a kid's movie. That movie is so scary. The Beldam, I think is what. The Other Mother. Horrifying. Hey, as an adult watching that movie for the first time, I was like either a teenager or like in early years of college when I watched that movie for the first time, and it haunts me. Hey, it was haunting me for like several weeks after watching that movie. Like, hey, that's so creepy. What do you mean this is a children's movie? Anyways, another one, Ginger Snaps. I loved that movie. I love any type of Ginger Snaps from the one that came out in 2000. That movie was so good. I love any horror movie that's like an allegory for like women's issues. So like that movie, I don't know if I'm using the word allegory correctly. Don't correct me if I'm wrong. I'm always right. I'm most likely wrong. I love any horror movie that the concept of it is based off of a women's issue. So like Ginger Snaps, it's like her becoming a werewolf is like surrounded around her getting her period, if that makes sense. Like the entire movie is a metaphor for her getting her period. A metaphor. Is that the word I'm looking for? I don't know. Anyways, love a movie where the woman becoming some kind of monster or man-eater is like a metaphor for like something related to womanhood. That is my favorite type of horror. That's why I love Jennifer's Body so much. They commit an act of like assault against her and she comes back and eats them. I eat that up. Favorite type of horror. Ginger Snaps is like that. What other series? A lot of these are like sequels to things now. The Craft. The Craft shaped me and who I am as an alternative person. The aesthetic of that movie is so good. Now, the plot, also pretty good. I didn't like love it, but it's a good movie. It's a good movie. I like it. Like the vibes. It is a good movie. I feel like that's one of like the classics, kind of. All that's left on this list is Jaws, that I haven't already mentioned. Jaws is good. I don't remember any of it. The first time I watched it, I think I was in like the 5th or 6th grade. I should probably watch it again. But I just remember being like, yeah, this eats. But it was the first ever horror movie I ever watched. And I liked it. And it was like, this is going to become my thing for the rest of my life, I think. And that's how I became a horror movie fan, was because I watched Jaws at my old best friend's house, who I like grew up with her. Still close with her family, which is cool. I slept over her house, and her mom was always like letting me do things I wasn't allowed to do at home. So like I was not allowed to watch horror. Like I was like 10 or 11. My mom was like, absolutely not. I have a brother who's 3 years younger than me, so when I was 10 or 11, my brother was like 7 or 8. So she was like, absolutely not. We are not watching horror in this house because my brother's younger than me. So it was like, I live in one of those families that when I was growing up, it was whatever age my brother is what movies and TV and media we were allowed to consume. So I always consumed things that were younger than me, because my mom was like, we are not watching that with your brother in the house, because the TV was like in the living room, which I was like mostly okay with. Anyways, I'd go over that best friend's house, and her mom was like, you're gonna have sugar, you're allowed to drink soda, I'm gonna make you a peanut butter and fluff sandwich, and then we're gonna watch Jaws and High School Musical. Like, I would do all the things I was not allowed to do at home at her house. And watching Jaws was one of those things. And I told my dad about it. I was like, shh, don't tell mom, but I watched Jaws. And he was like, isn't it good? And I was like, yeah, it was a really good movie. And he was like, yeah. Yeah. But I believe that's all I have logged on Letterboxd. I watched the second Split movie, but I didn't put it on Letterboxd because I want to watch it again, because I do not remember a lot of it. I remember it being pretty good. Question mark? I think I went and saw it with my dad. I don't know. Yeah. I love horror movies, and I'm trying to get more into. I have a habit of just rewatching the same things and rereading the same things and just re-consuming the same things that I've already consumed. I need to branch out, and I'm working really hard on starting to try to branch out. Hence me watching the next 2 Scream movies and the first 2 Insidious movies, and I liked them. So I was like, hey, I don't know why it makes me anxious to consume new things, because I don't know what's going to happen, and I'm like, oh. Especially with horror. So my new goal is to consume new media that I know I'm going to like. I'm just like, oh, I'm not in the mood to watch it right now, and then I never watch it. I think the worst case of me procrastinating watching something I know I'll like is that I remember when Fantastic Mr. Fox was coming out, and I was like, I'm going to put that in my brain to watch that later. I watched that movie a full like decade and a half after it came out, and I was like, this needs to stop. I feel like just yesterday I was like, I'll watch that when it comes out. I need to be stopped. This needs to stop immediately. So now I'm trying to watch more things that I enjoy and consume more things that I enjoy, and not just the same things over and over again. Yeah. What else? I don't know. I love Halloween. It's kind of, I feel like the culture of Halloween's kind of dying, which makes me so sad, because I've always been a big fan of Halloween, and I'm slowly starting to not like Halloween that much, which that's like, I've just said an impossible sentence. Like, come on, we gotta get the Halloween vibes back up. I feel like it's, I was talking to my best friend about this, and he was like, it's literally because I'm 23. We're both 23. I'm at the age where I'm in between being a kid and a teenager, where you go trick-or-treating and enjoy Halloween, and being the age where you're married, you have a kid, and your kid goes trick-or-treating and you're enjoying Halloween. I'm in that in-between point, and I don't go to parties. Look at me. Do I look like I go to parties? No. My ideal Friday night, sitting in my bed right back there, playing a phone game and watching the same exact handful of Jenna Marbles or Dan and Phil videos. I do not go to parties. So for Halloween, it's like, damn. I'm a grown up. I can swear. I think. I'm on YouTube, so I don't know if I could swear. Can I swear? YouTube, can I swear? Or are you gonna get mad at me? I'm at an age where, like, if I'm not going to a party and I want to dress up, where are you gonna go? So then I was like, let's go to like a haunted house or a haunted hayride, and it was closed. And then we were literally like, what do I do now? What do I do now? now that the haunted, because we were like literally sitting, this happened this year where we were like, so if we're not going to a haunted house and we're 23 years old, where do we go now? What do we do? Because none of us drank. So we were just like, I guess I go home now. Because we were like, I don't want to go to the bar. Not my vibe. And then everything else was closed. So we were like, we just got Chipotle. We can go through like the Taco Bell drive-thru. Like, there's nothing, I don't know. So Halloween is kind of dying for me, and I'm sad about it. I love Halloween. But I love that this is the spooky episode. But it's November 2nd. And I don't know when I'm posting this. But guys, let's come up with some things that are like fun to do for like nerdy, boring people in their 20s who aren't married and don't have kids and don't go to parties. And want to go out and do things. That's not just haunted houses. There's a lot of requirements to what I'm talking about. Let's come up with things. Why is there nothing to do? Also, though, I will say I live in an area where it's like, I live in one of those areas where it's like, hey guys, do you want to hang out? Yeah, sure. What do you want to do? I don't know, sit in a Walmart parking lot and eat fast food. So maybe that's the problem. Maybe there's not a lot going on over here, but I don't know. But also, like, I feel like Halloween's dying because, like, there was, like, no kids this year. When I was, like, getting dressed, my parents were handing out candy, and they were done after, like, I don't know, 30 minutes, 45 minutes. People stopped coming to the door. That's so sad. Maybe, like, an hour of trick-or-treating happening. And we live in a neighborhood that's, like, kind of closed off. So when I was a kid, there was children everywhere. There was kids freaking everywhere when I was growing up. And I'm not kidding. Like, there was so many trick-or-treaters and, like, teenagers, anybody between the ages of, like, can walk on their own and 18 would go out trick-or-treating when I was a kid. And I feel like, I don't know, COVID and trunk-or-treat has kind of, like, killed Halloween culture. Bring back a good 90s, early 2000s Halloween. Everybody dress up and run around outside and get sweaty. What do you mean you went to, like, what do you mean you went to a church parking lot and, like, supervised in the daylight, went to different trunks and collected Halloween candy, and that's your Halloween? That's so boring. Get rid of it. Throw it out. I hate trunk or treat. I'm a trunk or treat hater. Anyways, I feel like COVID really changed the culture around going out and doing things. Also, this is my comfort water bottle. I'm getting over a cold, so I'm losing my voice a little bit. I sound congested, and do I have that, like, sexy, gravelly voice, or do I just sound like there's a lot of snot in my nose? Don't tell me. I mean, I did talk for 49 minutes without taking a drink of water, so that might also be doing it. Anyways, sticker tour. We got a Mothman sticker and Chapel Roan. Vet Med, a Vet Tech sticker, and a boba tea with a little autism creature. And then we've got Animal Science and hello, I am obsessed with my dog. Is that kind of millennial cringe? Yes. I'm 23 years old. You know what? Maybe millennials are having fun. Can we talk about that? Let's have a conversation about how millennial cringe, what if they're just having fun? I want to have fun. I want to be not aware and have fun. Doggo pupper. That was too much. I take back the doggo pupper. But maybe millennials are having fun with things. Hello, I'm obsessed with my dog. I'm a dog mom. Like, that's so, like, innocent and sweet. What if I want that? I don't know, sue me. Anyways, I feel like 50 minutes of recording is, like, a lot. My phone's on 20% now. I feel like there's not much more for me to yap about. Let's see. let's do a segment at the end of like my current favorite things. And it doesn't have to be like media or books or like things I enjoy. What are my current favorite things? My current faves: taking baths. Chef's kiss. I love taking a nice bath. Let's go with 5 things. So that was one of them. I love taking a bath. Bubble baths. What else? Apple juice. I love apple juice so much. One of my current top 5 faves at the moment. Apple juice. I love apple juice. Number 3. These are in no particular order, by the way. Number 3 of my top 5 fave things right now. My pixel art drawing app on my phone. Love it. I will sit and listen to a podcast or a YouTube video essay, whatever, and play that little pixel art drawing game on my phone. That's like a long-term fave, but one of my top 5 faves right now. Let's see. What else is a top 5 fave? I have 2 more. That was 3, right? Yeah. I have 2 more that I need to... A car nap. My 4th thing. A car nap. I accidentally took a nap in my car. A parked car. Parked off car. Not in the heat. I don't know why I feel like I need to disclaimer. I drove to a park and I parked my car and I journaled. I parked my car, I journaled. I don't know, this hand just like activated something horrifying within me. Parked my car, journaled, listened to my journaling playlist I've got on Spotify, and then I was like, wow, I'm really sleepy right now. And I had my windows cracked, just like a little bit, and it was a really cool, nice, crisp day. Pulled my blanket from the back seat, laid my seat all the way down, and took like a little, like, I don't know, 20-minute nap. It was nice. A car nap is nice. I take car naps sometimes at school. If I have like a really big gap between 2 classes, but it's not enough, because I go to like a community college, so it's like you can't go back to your dorm or back to your house unless you live in town. I don't. So I'll take a car nap. Oh, love a car nap. What's my 5th thing? Queer joy. Dan and Phil have announced that Fan is real. By the way, that's crazy. If I could go back in time and tell myself, hey, little 11-year-old, 12-year-old Lexi, Dan and Phil are dating and have been in love for 16 years, and they will publicly tell you that and then get really weird online afterwards. And then also you went and saw MCR 2 times with your best friend. MCR is back together and on tour. And you also got to see Dan and Phil live, and Dan pointed at you and said, I like your whiskers. I think she would just explode. I think she would just deceased immediately on the floor. Like, that. Hey, I'm 23 years old. It's been over a decade since I've been watching them for so many years. I was 11 when I started watching Dan and Phil. I'm 23. I'm like an elder 2014 Tumblr emo. Like, oh my god, I feel so old. But on a serious note, them sharing their relationship with the public online in that space and then posting so openly together after that, and like they just seem so happy, and I'm so proud of them and so happy that they felt comfortable enough to share that piece of themselves with the internet and put that out there, and then their queer joy has made me feel so much joy. All the rest of the things I just mentioned of my top 5 faves are so stupid, and then this one is just like very like real. I don't know, them being gay and in love is really sweet, and it makes me giggle and smile. It's very nice to see. I'm so proud of them. I'm so bad. I love Dan and Phil so much. I do love Dan and Phil so much. It's a problem. I have a hoodie. I have a photo card in the back of this phone. I have a poster on my wall. I'm subscribed to their Patreon. Call me a fangirl. You're not wrong. Call me a fanny. You were correct. I'm not going to fight you on that. I'm on fan Twitter. It's a whole thing. Anyways, Dan and Phil's Queer Joy is my number 5 for top fave things currently of mine. Anyways, if you liked this, like and subscribe to my channel for more. Now that I can record these on my phone, I recorded like an hour-long podcast episode on my phone and it didn't tell me I don't have storage. So now that I know that, I have CapCut. I'm gonna edit and make YouTube videos now. And I also have like a cord like thing that makes it so I can use my mic in my phone. Hopefully it's working. I should have done like a test clip. There better be audio on this. It's 56 minutes and 35 seconds long. If there's no audio, I might delete the video and try again. I don't know. Anyways, if you like this vibe of me sitting and yapping in my room, like and subscribe. Hopefully I'll do more. And I will not commit to a time or a day of the week that I will be posting more. So I'll see you when I see you. Bye.